All right, guys. So today we are going to start with the new chapter that is unit and measurement. A very, very important chapter. First of all, let us start with the definition of unit. So, what is basically a unit? We always see kilogram, we always hear meter, centimeter, a lot of things. So, basically, what is a unit? So, I would say a unit is basically a measurement. It's nothing. It's just a measurement. Wherever we can measure, there is a unit. And it has to be a quantitative measurement. Quantitative measurement means there is some quantity. There's something which you can measure. There are certain things which are qualitative. You cannot have units and you cannot do measurement. Students, if I ask you, can you measure the fragrance of a flower?
No, sir.
Can you measure the smartness of a person?
No, sir.
So they are all what?
Qualitative.
Qualitative. Beautiful. But there are so many things. Most of the things, they are quantitative. Now there are certain things which we don't know how to measure. It doesn't mean they are not quantitative. For example, before Newton, we were not knowing how to measure force. Before Newton. Why? Because the concept of acceleration was not clear to the people. But then it was Newton who said force can be measured and it is equal to mass into acceleration. So something which was not understood as quantitative became quantitative after its unit was formed. And now we know that force unit is what? Newton, right?
Newton.
So for qualitative things, obviously there cannot be any unit and there cannot be any measurement. Recently, for the power of intelligence, long back there was no unit for this, but now they're able to measure it also in terms of your IQ index. Am I right? So this is also, you can say, unit for your intelligence. Now, are all the units same or some units are different? We normally observe that some units are basic units and the other units are derived units. All right, guys, can anyone tell me, because these things have been covered to some very small extent in 10, what is the meaning of basic and derived units? Anyone has an idea, Ishma? Nobody, no problem. Now, when you
Sir,
talk, yes,
so basic units can be those which are naturally occurring and derived, which are dependent on the basic units.
beautiful, beautiful. You've given a good. I think this is Aruna Baroda.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's great. From the land of Ramanujam, one of the greatest mathematicians of the century, huh? Tamil Nadu. That's really great. So
Thank you.
now what are basic units and what are derived units? You're very right. Basic units are also known as what? Tell me, Armandi.
Fundamental units.
Beautiful. Basic units are always known as fundamental units. Now, why they are known as fundamental? So everything starts from there. You cannot go more deep. You cannot fragment the basic units. Like for example, you see, Arman, you are understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let's say, students, we talk about acceleration. Ishma, what is the unit of acceleration?
Meter per second square.
Beautiful. The unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Now, one must see whether it is a derived unit or basic unit. If you see
We did.
basic unit of length,
Derived units,
yeah,
sir.
it's a derived unit. And the basic unit of
It's a
time,
derived unit, sir.
right? So combining these two, we get the derived unit of acceleration. Just like that, momentum, what mass into velocity, or if you talk about force, you talk about pressure, you talk about bar, you talk about anything, most of the units are derived units. Now the question is, what are basic units, right? And before basic units, we are going to study that what are the systems of measurement, and then we continue with this. What's that? Systems of measurement. Measurement is very, very important. Wrong measurement means wrong project, means wrong results, and you are out of your job. You lose your job, you get fired also. You know, so the more clarity you have, concept clarity, the more good accuracy you have in calculation, the better measurement you will do. Now, what are the system of measurements? So, in all over the world, so many systems of measurements have been adopted. If you have little idea, the oldest one of the oldest systems was CGS system. What is that, students? Say
CGS system.
CGS.
Centimeter, gram, second.
Gram second.
Beautiful. C stands for centimeter, G stands for gram, and time they measure in seconds. So basically, if you see in CGS system, there were only 3 basic units. For length, centimeter. For mass, gram. I will not say weight. Weight is a force. It's a derived unit. And for time, second. And then there were other parts of the world where they were using FPS system. So can you tell Amitoj, what is FPS system?
Foot.
Foot, pound, second.
Perfectly right. You have got good hold on physics, Arnav. It's really exciting for me. F for foot, P for pound, and time was always same, you know. Okay. So I have a small question to ask Arman, whether a foot is longer than meter or smaller than meter?
Longer than meter, I think so.
Okay, approximately you see, Arman, in 1 meter, you have approximately, 3 feet. You know, they're like, I'm not very sure, but a meter is quite long, you know. And, how this unit came, anyone remember? Foot. How this unit came? You know, guys, you'll be very surprised. The average size of the foot, the pair, the feet of person, the foot, that distance is basically almost equal to the measurement of 1 foot. So you see that, you search how many centimeters in foot, and then you see some elder person and you measure his foot, they'll be almost same. So foot, pound, and second. All right. So I'm not very sure about this. 1 meter is equal to how many feet? I'm sorry, but 1 meter has so many feet in this. So foot is smaller than meter. All right. And the third system developed it was somewhat better than these, and a lot of people adopted it. That was MKS system. In MKS system, Amit Soi, what was the unit of length? Meter. What is the system of mass?
Kilogram.
Kilogram is second.
So shall I write K capital or small?
K small.
K small. Always remember. And most of the people write K capital. K is always small. And in time, again in seconds. So you see that time is measured in the same units in all the system. MKS system slowly reformed to SI system. What is SI system? This is a universally
Standard.
very right. What is that? It's system international, huh? Or you can say standard international, right? System international or standard international, right? And most of the countries slowly and steadily, they are following SI systems, which is basically based upon decimal system. And we're going to understand this also. What is the meaning of this deci and decimal system? Right? So in System International, what are the basic units we are going to see? SI. Okay. Anyone knows in SI system how many basic units have been identified?
Meter, gram, and second.
Yes. No, there is no gram. There's no gram. We've moved.
Kilogram.
Yeah, from
Kilogram.
So there are basically 7. 7 basic units we talk about in SI system. Apart from that, There are two other, two other units. Some people call it basic
Angles.
units, but they're not really included in these basic units. I don't know, because of the reason that these units are not so frequently used as these units, right? So what is the first unit?
Yes.
That is length,
The mass.
right?
Meter.
And how do you represent length? Yes.
Meter.
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 Yeah. How do you represent length? That is meter. All right. Okay. And then comes what?
Mass.
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 And
Kg.
that is kg. Beautiful.
Kg.
Kg.
Beautiful, Arman. I'm really-
Time seconds.
Time is second.
Time
I hope
second.
you are writing with me, students. I hope you are
Yes,
writing.
sir.
All right. All right. Remember, in science, there is nothing known as smaller thing, less important, or more important. Everything is important. Everything has, importance. And then we
Temperature.
very right, very right. And then we salute
Electric
Ampere.
current.
Michael Faraday when we talk about
Electric-
electric current. And
Yes.
the unit is capital A. What is
Ampere.
that? Ampere.
Ampere.
Oh, that's beautiful. Ampere. And then we have thermodynamic temperature, right?
Dynamics.
Temperature. This is a field of my research field. So hope we'll learn more in this thermodynamics field. Thermodynamic temperature, what is the unit? What is the unit, guys?
Kelvin.
Be very right.
Kelvin.
Yeah, after a famous scientist. Unit is K. All right. And then comes amount of substance.
Amount of substance.
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 Obviously, everybody knows
Mole.
it is associated with the substance, with the Avogadro's number. And what is the Avogadro's number? 6.002
6.022 to 10 raised to power 23.
002 2 or maybe 3 into 10 raised to power
23.
23.
23. All right. What? 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. What? Atoms, molecules, particles,
Atoms per
units, or what?
Everything, sir.
Yeah, very right. Everything. You should say, sir, atoms in case you're talking about element, molecules in case you're talking about water, or you're talking about calcium hydroxide, any compound, or anything, any entity, right? So this much, this much atoms or moles or this much molecules of something, that is Avogadro's number, and that is represented by what? Mole. How do we write it? M-O-L. All right. And what is the last one, seventh one, guys? This is very, very important. Luminous intensity.
Intensity.
Luminous intensity. Huh? Intensity is of so many types. Luminous intensity. And what is the unit?
Intensity.
Is
Candela.
candela. Beautiful. And what? How do we write it? Small c, small d.
Small
Hello,
c.
Ishma. I hope you are writing with this. Maybe internet issues. All right. So these are the 7 basic units we have adopted in SI system. All right. And apart from that, 2 more units for the people who are really interested in trigonometry. So trigonometry, the heart of trigonometry is what? The heart of trigonometry is
Plane angle.
plane angle, right? Now, you see, I'm writing on this. When I'm writing on this, this is 2D plane, right? This is the
Yes.
2D plane. This line can be considered as X or Y axis, and this line can be also considered as X or Y axis. Maybe this is X, mutually perpendicular Y, and this is 2D plane. So whenever you draw an angle into the plane, this angle. So how do you measure this angle? Yes, students?
Radian.
Very right. So you can either measure in degree, okay, but normally degree, when you're doing calculations, you never use degree. What do you use? You
Radian.
use
Radian.
radian. And how do you define it? Can I ask Armandeep, how do you define radian, beta? 1 radian is
I don't know, sir, actually.
1
180 degree.
Oh, beautiful. 1 radian is, you can say, semicircle. Huh? So in case you have a complete circle, then how many radians?
360
2
degree.
radians.
Correct. 360 degree. So this is
Radian. 360.
180 degree is equal. I hope we are all writing down. Huh? 180 degrees equal to how many radians? Pi.
5 radian.
1 radian.
Right? So when you talk about complete circle, guys, this is 2 pi. Simply we say 2 pi, but actually in our mind it should be there. It is 2 pi radian. Am I right?
Yes.
Pi
Am I right?
radian.
Well, this is all plane angle, and I'm just telling you this degree, but degree is not the actual, you know, like when we talk
Standard
about
unit.
calculations, it is radian. But I'm just telling you that degree and radian are two, you know, two ways in which a plane angle is measured. Am I right? This theta angle.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So if it is a solid angle, now
3
first,
radian.
very right. Now first we have to understand what is a solid angle. So guys, you all have eaten cone, right? You have all taken ice cream in a cone, right? So when you eat this cone, so the base of the cone is it's a circle. Am I right? Now
Circle.
this line and this line are same in case the circle is perpendicular to this, right? So we can say this is R and this is R. And what is the area of this? Now this angle, solid.
Pi r square.
Very right. This solid angle be represented by this symbol. Normally we use for resistance, if you remember, ohm, right? So d of
Yes.
this is your solid angle, and solid angle d of this. How will you define this? It is this area. If you want to define here, anywhere you can define. So what is that area? Area, and corresponding to that area, you see, as the radius increases, guys, the area is also
Increasing.
Increasing.
right? You can say that dr is basically a function of r square. I'm sorry, not
Excuse
dr,
me, sir.
dA. Yes, tell me.
So what is this D?
All right, d. All right. Normally we're going to talk about differentiation very soon. So d is basically a word which comes from the word differential. And when you talk about differential, what should come to your mind is small. Right? So we normally say d of this, dA, small area. Okay? And when we
So
integrate
D ohm mean?
d ohm, it's basically a small angle, small solid angle. And a chota sa solid
Okay, sir.
angle is corresponding
Okay,
to
thank you, sir.
that corresponding area of that angle divided by, tell me,
So
divided
can
by
you please explain?
this area. I told you, as you're going, as your R is increasing, if your R is very small, let's say this R, your area will also be dA, very small differential amount, small amount. And as your R is increasing, your area is also increasing. Your dA is a function of R square, right? Or you
Sir,
can say
here
d.
r is radius.
Pardon me? Pardon me? What student? R is a radius. Yeah,
Sir,
this R. This side.
so can you please explain this whole thing again?
Oh, sure. Why not? Why not? You see, guys, you have a cone. All right. You have a cone. You are eating a cone. And let's say this is the bottom circle of the cone. Am I right? And this
Yes.
bottom circle, let's say consider a small circle, and the area is dA. Right? Now this
dA.
area is generated by the radius r. I can take this here r anywhere. The whole is r. Are you able to understand? This is r.
Yes, sir.
This r is same. You see that I told you this area is not inclined. This area could have been like this also. If the area would have been like this, then all the r wouldn't have been same. I'm not taking this area. I'm taking the area perpendicular to the central axis. So then all the r will be same. Am I right? It's like the side of the cone. The cone softy you are eating, the side of the cone, the R is all same, the slant height. In a normal cone, in a 2D cone, when you used to study in 10th, remember, this was your slant height L. In the cone you were studying in 10th, this was your H and this was your L. This L I am taking as R. R, which is creating the circle. So what is solid angle? This is equal to the area formed by R and take R square. This much steradian will be your solid angle. Now you might ask, sir, can if I
Excuse me, sir.
tell me.
So,
Sir, the formula you wrote, like how you did derive this?
Pardon me?
So the formula you wrote, d ohm equals to dA r square. How did you derive this?
Yeah, we'll derive it. We'll derive it very soon. Definitely. You see that we will derive it, some other day, definitely. So what I want to ask you, what I want to tell you is now, if you draw this circle here, when the R is small, and let's say you increase the R, then it becomes this circle. Whether your solid angle will be same or not.
Different.
Means for
solid angle will
R1, and here it is R2, and here it is R3. So this area is, let's say, dA1, this area is dA2, and this area is dA3. So whether dA3 by R3 or, I'm sorry, dA3 by R3 square, dA2 by R2 square, and dA1 by R2 square will be same. And that is exactly the definition of steradian. Just give me 1 minute.
So what is this d ohm?
D ohm is the notation for solid angle. Now, give me 1 minute. I'll make it more clear with my engineering. Just give me 1 minute.